Shalom, shalom. Got my feet messing up, but I want to start this video off by giving all praises to the Most High, in the name of His Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Call Halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, peace, blessing, salutation, protection to the elect and the hopeful elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So-called blacks, Mexicans, Latinos, Native Americans, Jamaicans, Puerto Ricans, the list goes on and on. But there's been so much mingling of the nations. To us belongeth the confusion of faces, because we've been sinning for a long time and mingling for a long time. Okay, which is a great evil. So it's best to understand, and then, it's just best not to meddle in a lot of matters, as Scripture says. But I want to share some of these scriptures. Isaiah 43:7. Everyone that is called by my name. So I heard these names in my dream right after I seen this face in my forehead. Okay. Revelations 22:4. And they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their forehead. Well, it matches up with John 17, verse 6 and verse 26. And let me continue. Even everyone that is called by my name, for I have created him from my glory. I have formed him, I have made him. This people have I formed for myself. They shall shew forth my praise. The sick and afflicted, the 12 tribes of Israel. The lineage, the physical bloodline, spiritual bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Let's see. So basically, he helped me to overcome something. Okay, like the moon talked to me. Going back to Sirach 1, verse 6 and verse 7. Like I heard upon her counsel, which is the voice of the Most High, and his throne's right by the moon. And I just want to bring some edifying scriptures. I was through inside the pit, okay, spoke of in Psalms 40, and he helped me to overcome something, to get the victory by his holy arm, to whom had the arm of the Most High been revealed. Okay, so let me continue. For now we call the proud happy, they that work wickedness are set up, they that tempt the Most High are even delivered. That was Malachi 3:15 for my brother. Matthew 7:26. And everyone that heareth these things of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand, which is beautiful, because I was talking down here, wisdom, Proverbs 24 and verse 3, through wisdom is a house built, and by understanding is it established. And that's correlating, that's beautiful. But I want to stress on what the Most High, that was beautiful how that's set up. Isaiah 45 and verse 3, and I will give thee the treasures of darkness, that's the hidden wisdom, the hidden manna, and hidden riches of secret places. So the secret places, like I know where his throne is, okay? The Most High, and wisdom, you see, in the summertime, you see wisdom, the moon, okay? It's people seen wisdom before. They just don't know because she's hidden. That they may know that I, Yahweh the Lord, which call thee by thy name, am the God of Israel, Yasharallah. Exodus 33:21. And Yahweh the Lord said, behold, there is a place by me, and thou shalt stand upon a rock. Let's go on to Isaiah 40, verse 2. I'll just continue. He made darkness his secret place. His pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. Yahawah the Lord also thundered in the heavens, and the highest gave his voice. That's when I heard upon the curses of Deuteronomy 28. And he commanded me to build the walls of Jerusalem, which is to build up the spiritual walls of Jerusalem with his wisdom and his knowledge that's ever standing, hailstones and coals of fire. He sent from above. He took me and drew me out many waters. It's going back to Psalms 40. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. He brought me up also out of a horrible pit. Psalms 40 right there. Up out of the miry clay, like the sand, okay? Like quicksand. I set my feet upon a rock and established my goings. What rock was that? That was wisdom. He made him ride on the high places of the earth, that he might eat the increase of the fields, and he made him to suck honey out of the rock. That's wisdom, the moon. Proverbs 2:10, she entered into my heart, matching up with Sirach 1, verse 6 and 7. She's not manifest to many who, and oil out of the flinty rock. Proverbs 24 and verse 3, through wisdom is a house built, and by understanding is it established. So let me go to Apocrypha. Eclecticus 1 verse 6. Wisdom hath 1 and 4. Wisdom hath been created before all things, and the understanding of prudence from everlasting. The word of the Most High Yahweh, the Most High God, is the fountain of wisdom. So it's to hear His voice, that's the fountain of wisdom, and her ways are everlasting commandments. He commanded me to build the walls of Jerusalem, to command and be a light for the Gentiles. With His face on my forehead. Spoke of all throughout scriptures. Number 6 and verse 25. To whom have it's in the Bible's asking in riddles and questions. To who hath the root of wisdom been revealed, or who hath known her wise counsels? Unto whom hath the knowledge of wisdom been made manifest, and who hath understood her great experience? And then, there is one wise and greatly to be feared, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahushua, the Lord sitting upon his throne. She is with all flesh according to his gift, and hath given her to them that love him. And that's going back to John 17, verse 6 and verse 26. The fear of the Lord, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahushua, is honor and glory and gladness and a crown of rejoicing. The fear of Yahweh, the Lord, maketh a merry heart, and giveth joy and gladness in a long life. Whoso feareth the Lord, it shall go well with him at the last. And that means at the very last, at your last. Okay, that might not be the last, like the end of the world, but the end of your world. Okay, as you know it, your life as you know it. Going back to 2 Exodus 14, verse 35. And he shall find favor in the day of his death. And that death is that Ezekiel 28, verse 8. The death of what you think is, She hath built an everlasting foundation with men, and she shall continue with their seed. To fear Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahushua, the Lord is fullness of wisdom, and filleth man with her fruits. The fear of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahushua, the Lord is a crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health to flourish, both which are the gifts of the Most High God, and it enlarges their rejoicing that love him. Wisdom raineth down skill and knowledge of understanding, standing. Because when you live through something, you understand it. Like the scriptures I'm reading are, I live through them, and exalteth them to honor that hold her fast. A patient man will tear for a time, and afterward joy shall spring up unto him, He will hide his words for a time, and the lips of many shall declare his wisdom. Revelations 22:4. And they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their foreheads. And I overcame innumerable evils, but innumerable riches came after that. Wisdom of Solomon 7:11. All riches, all good things came to me with her, innumerable riches in her hands. And if you see this, the Psalms, it's the only Psalms. Like there's only 2 Psalms that they both are talking about the same thing. Psalms 104 and verse 25 and Psalms 40 and verse 12, they're talking about the same innumerable things. Wisdom of Solomon 7:11, innumerables is talking about, for innumerable evils have compassed me about, my iniquities have taken hold upon me, so that I'm not able to look up. They are more than the hairs of my head, therefore my heart faileth me. And that faileth me matches up with Isaiah 44. Let's see, it's I think it's this one. Yeah, he is hungry, and his strength faileth. This is Isaiah 44 and verse 20. The smith with the tongs breath worketh in the cause and fashioneth it. Okay, going back to Psalms 40. With hammers, and worketh it with the strength of his arms. The Most High God, he is hungry, and his strength faileth. He drinketh no water, and is faint. The carpenter stretcheth out his rule. That's the Most High, the judge. Okay. Innumerable multitude of angels were gathered together. Second Exodus 6 and 3. That's a beautiful thing, though. Wisdom of Solomon. All good things came together. All good things together came to me with her, wisdom, and innumerable riches in her hands. Talking about the moon, okay? And I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goeth before them, and I knew that not that she was the mother of them. Talking about the so-called UFOs, the evil angels and the good ones. I loved her above health and beauty, and chose to have her instead of light, for the light that cometh for her never goeth out. In verse 29, she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all order of the stars, being compared with the light she is found before it. But being one, verse 27, but being but one, she could do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, and in all ages entering into holy souls. That's Proverbs 2 and 10. That's what happened to me. Psalms 40 and 12, and the innumerable evils, okay? So the innumerable riches spoke of in the 7:11, okay? The same thing. She maketh them friends of the Most High God, Yahawah, and prophets. She is the breath, verse 25, she is the breath and power of the Most High God, Yahawah, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. Psalm 16 and 10, for thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, because that's what wisdom is. She is the gates of hell. Neither wilt thou suffer thy Holy One to see corruption, to see death. Acts 2 and 27, because thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thy Holy One to see corruption. Let's see what they were talking about. Thou hast made known to me the ways of life, that thou shalt make me full of joy with thy countenance. It's beautiful. I love the Psalms. The lines are falling onto me in pleasant places. Yeah, I have a goodly heritage. I will bless Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawah, who hath given me counsel. My reins also shall instruct me in the night seasons. I have set Yahawah, the Lord, always before me, because he is at my right hand. I shall not be moved. Therefore my heart is glad, and my glory rejoiceth. My flesh also shall rest in hope. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell, neither wilt thou suffer thy Holy One to see corruption. Thou wilt shew me the path of life, and thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. Just heard the earring in the ears. Okay, let's go on to Ezekiel 16:12. So I'm going to bring it out while I just heard that earring. Okay. And I got headphones on with the music off. Ezekiel 16:12, and I put a jewel on thy forehead. What's that jewel? The seal of the 144,000, his face, salvation. Let's show you guys that diamond. Ezekiel. I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thy ears, and a beautiful crown upon thy head. And thy realm went forth among the heathen for thy beauty, for it was perfect through my comeliness, which I have put upon thee, saith Yahweh the Lord God. See, and that's the thing. We gotta. This is for the 12 tribes, man. This is for the people, man. But like in the Bible, man, people don't be saying nothing but, and Savior shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be Yahawah the Lord's. That's the thing. With that being said, hang on, I want to pull something up. If you guys can pause and read all these, it's talking about it's in my forehead, okay? So if you can, just pause and read through these, okay? Barak 5:2, though, that's a parable to let's see. This is what I wanted to, because I got a preset matching with this, because I fell into a trance. Ooh, that's heavy. And he became very hungry and would have eaten, but while they made ready, he fell into a trance. So that trance is heavy too, but I want to add something to this. You guys can pause that and match this, but this is how it works. But watch this. I'm going to show you guys something with this. That trance is a big one too. Numbers 24:4. He has said, which heard the words of the Most High God, which saw the vision of the Almighty falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. And that's what happened to me. I fell into a trance. Numbers 24:16. He has said, which heard the words of the Most High God, and knew the knowledge of the Most High Yahawah, which saw the vision of the Almighty falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. This is just, people got to take this in. This is huge. The entrance of thy words giveth light, it giveth understanding unto the simple. To be called up to his throne. All men have one entrance into life, and the light going out. Wisdom of Solomon 7:6. This is what I wanted to get out. 2nd Exodus 10:21. Whereas Uriel the angel who came unto me at the first, for he hath caused me to fall into many trances, and my end is turned into corruption, and my prayer to rebuke. And that's what happened to me, man. It's just a testimony for you guys. So with that being said, call Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash, Babakasha, 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 Slakia, Rapah, Shamaria, Yasharala. I said heal and protect Yasharala, Israel, the 12 tribes. Shalom, peace.